Hello and welcome to the pre-match live show. I'm Vaibhav Tripathi, your host for this show, and joined by Shamik Chakravarti. Simran Gupta will obviously join us from Chennai. In a while, Bharat Ramraj will also join us. So it's a third ODI between India and Afghanistan. India have already clinched the series after winning the last game, or winning the first two ODIs of the series, first in Dharamshala and then followed by a great win in Lucknow as well. Bharat also joins us. So obviously the series has already been done and decided, but still India will be looking to win this one as well and make it a series whitewash. And this will be the first series whitewash. Shubman Gill as ODI captain. So yes, big game for Shubman Gill. Obviously series is decided, but still every game is important when you are building for the 2027 World Cup. Leading up to the World Cup, every game becomes important, and every game gives you an opportunity to try and test out few things. One update that is coming from the Indian team is obviously Harshit Rana has joined the squad. And yesterday, Ryan Tendashkar attended the press conference, and he said that having all rounders, having seam bowling all rounders is of great value. It adds great value to the team, and Harshit Rana is obviously an exciting addition. Harshit Rana obviously will be playing his first game. If he plays, he will be playing his first game after a long injury layoff. He missed the IPL, he missed the T20 World Cup as well. We'll have to see whether he plays or not. But the focus, obviously, from the Indian perspective, will be on Rohit Sharma, because two matches he has got starts but hasn't been able to convert those starts, and there is a external pressure that is there with Ishan Kishan performing, Yashasvi Jaiswal obviously there. So yes, we will discuss everything. From Afghanistan's point of view, it's a dead rubber obviously, but they have a chance to create history, because Afghanistan have not beaten India in any format in international cricket. So if they win today, then they will be able to make some history. Although series is gone, but still they will be able to create some history for themselves. So yeah, I will start with the discussions. Shamik, I'll start with you. First question will obviously be around Rohit Sharma. Plenty of discussion has been there even before the start of the series, that you have a Yashasvi Jaiswal joining the squad in place as an injury replacement of Virat Kohli. Then you had an Ishan Kishan already. Ishan Kishan started the series last match. Yashasvi Jaiswal played. Now the way Ishan Kishan has been performing yesterday, Ryan Tendashkar talked about the versatility factor as well. You saw the knock he played in the first ODI at number 3. Then last game he scored a century at number 4. He's a primarily a top order batter. And Rohit Sharma has looked good, but again hasn't been able to convert those starts. Same was the case last year in the Champions Trophy as well. He was getting the starts but unable to. So how you know what do you think? How much of pressure is on Rohit Sharma? A lot of chatter is already around him, and if he's not getting the big runs, then selectors have a lot of options to choose from.
More than Rohit Sharma, Vaibhav, this game is even more important for JCC as well. Yesterday, Ryan Tendashkar at the press conference said that JCC Jaiswal, whenever he is getting opportunities, he will have to make those opportunities count. So from that point of view, Rohit Sharma, as I have already written, he is not an audition. I will not use the word audition for someone like Rohit Sharma, but he is, as far as this series is concerned, more than this series, basically the upcoming three ODIs in England in July. That is very, very important because, as you have rightly mentioned regarding Ishan Kishan, um, the re-emergence of Ishan Kishan has given, and Ishan Kishan is now one of the names that he will be an automatic pick in the playing 11. He can open the innings. He has scored an ODI double hundred opening the innings. He can bat at number 3. He can bat at number 4. And all along, the team management was trying to break that right-handed monotony in the top 4. So Ishan Kishan perfectly fits the bill. Virat Kohli would be returning, very likely. Virat Kohli would be returning and I think in the next couple of days, the ODI squad would be picked. So Virat Kohli very likely would be returning for the England tour. And once he comes, obviously he goes to the number 3 spot. So in that case, what will happen? In that case, Shubman come down to number 4 and give Ishan Kishan? Will there be a partnership between Ishan Kishan, or very likely what I see that in England, Ishan is batting at number 4 and Shubman and Rohit opening. But so Jasasi Jaiswal at Lucknow, it is sort of a flat pitch. He got out playing that square card. It can happen. He is coming back after a long layoff. Um, Rohit Sharma, yes, and we have seen that selection committee is ruthless. It doesn't care much about reputation. The way Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's Test careers ended, Rohit Sharma was removed from captaincy on the heels of winning the Champions Trophy last year, where in the final he was the man of the match. Surya Kumar Yadav, the way he was removed after winning a World Cup. So they have options. Rohit Sharma, Rohit knows. Rohit has been playing cricket for close to 2 decades now, and he knows he will have to perform. He is a very, very smart player, and he is a great player. Let's see how it pans out. Last game, he was playing very well. He was playing well. He got a ripper from Rashid Khan that could have gotten any batsman out. The delivery of the match, but as you, if Rohit Sharma wants to play, and this is applicable to everyone, if he wants to play the 2027 World Cup, he will have to perform. He will have to keep performing. Simple. That is it.
Bharat, obviously, Rohit Sharma is a bona fide legend, has proven himself, has led India across formats. So there is nothing, at least in this format, that he has to prove to anybody. And like in this series as well, first ODI he got a start. Last ODI also he got a start. As Shamik mentioned, he got a ripper of a delivery that could have got any batsman in the world out. But now selectors won't see the impact. They will obviously see the volume of runs given the competition that is there in the team now. You have a Yashasvi Jaiswal, you have a Ishan Kishan who can bat anywhere and has scored a double ton opening the innings. So obviously Rohit is a proven performer, but still at this stage when he's not the captain, he's just playing as a player. He will have to score those big runs in order to retain his position. More so when the last series also that he played at home against New Zealand, against the second string New Zealand team, he couldn't get any sort of run. So this game becomes important. Otherwise, it will be two back-to-back series at home where Rohit hasn't been able to score a big runs, where conditions have been flat. Shubman is scoring, Ishan is scoring, other players are scoring, but a senior player like Rohit Sharma has failed in two series, has failed to score big runs in two series heading into England.
Yeah, see, as you get older, you might have scored 10,000 runs, 15,000 runs, or whatever it is, score 20 hundreds, 25 hundreds. But as you get older, the scrutiny would be a lot more on you. That is how it works in any sport. Isn't just about cricket. Even in individual sports, as you get older, a lot more questions would be asked about a player who is about 35, 36, whether he's past his best, whether she's past his best. And that exactly is happening with Rohit Sharma. Obviously, in one day cricket, that's not much problem with how he bats, even if he gets 30s or 40s. Still, he looks in a fine touch. Maybe it is down to his fitness. Some would question about his fitness problems over a period of time, all those soft tissue injuries. But I don't see much problem with his batting. It's just about getting a score on the board. But again, I reiterate the same point. As you get older, selectors also will be watching you almost on a game to game basis. If you fail in a couple of games, it is pretty much natural for a selector also to think, yeah, maybe this particular player is past his best. It's happened to even the best players. They failed in a couple of series. I already taken the example of James Anderson. He failed in one Ashes series, only one. He was a number one ranked test bowler in March 2023. He failed in one test series, the big ticket test series in the Ashes, and that was it for him. Everyone started saying he's well past his best, and in a few months' time, he was gone. So that happens to even the best of players. So Rohit Sharma is no different to that. So he has to keep performing, he has to get those big scores in. Hopefully, today will be the start of that, where he will not just get 30s or 40s, he'll go on to get a big one, and that at least will silence his doubters for a while. But as I noted, as you get older, the scrutiny will always be there, going right into the World Cup. Even just before the World Cup, when he would play a couple of bilateral series, if he fails in 2, 3 games, then also lots of fans, selectors, they would be thinking about his fitness, about his form. So Rohit Sharma has no other choice but has to get runs on the boards. As far as someone like say Virat Kohli, obviously when it comes to ODI cricket, no one can touch him, in my humble opinion, because he's such a even more of a bigger legend than someone like Rohit Sharma. But when it comes to Rohit Sharma, perhaps he has to keep scoring those big, getting those big runs. Otherwise, yes, the scrutiny will always be there on him.
Shamik, recently BCCI Secretary Mr. Devajit Saikia made a very interesting comment. He was asked about the future of Rohit and Kohli. A lot of times he has been asked, and again he said that there are discussions that is going on between the team management, selectors. So the inner circle is will take a call on that, and discussions are still ongoing. He didn't mention anything on that, and he said that we have few things, but we will definitely not let it out in public domain. So BCCI are playing very cautiously. Selectors are playing this very cautiously. They are keeping a, they are keeping the cards very close to their chest. The selectors. Now the BCCI secretary's recent comments has also sparked again once again a debate that still, despite Virat doing really well, like Bharat mentioned, Rohit also showing sparks of form. Still, proven performers have no guaranteed. And BCCI secretary, how do you see that opinion? If you have heard what Devajit Saikia said.
See, this conversation has been ongoing since last October when the new cycle began. So this conversation has been ongoing, and this is something. This is a boardroom conversation. They will never let that out until it is. If once after they decide that this is the way forward, only then they will speak in public at a press conference. Ajit Agarkar, the chief selector, will speak in public at a press conference. Let's see how it goes, because you have to keep in mind a couple of things also. Ajit Agarkar, as chief selector, his tenure ends in September. Unless he gets an extension, and it is not yet sure whether he, more than BCCI giving him an extension, it is not yet certain. He has not yet decided whether he will seek an extension, because Ajit Agarkar, it is Ajit Agarkar thing, and Ajit Agarkar will have to decide whether he would like to have an extension, another extension. So from that point of view, so September, um, that thing you have to keep in mind on that, because if Ajit Agarkar seeks an extension, he is willing for another extension, and he stays until the 2027 World Cup. Otherwise, if another selection chief selector comes, then there would be something. There could be a different policy. But at the end of the day, Vaibhav, this conversation has always been ongoing since last October, and this will keep happening. This will, and more than the runs, you, they are talking about the fitness. They are talking about the fitness, because by the time the next World Cup comes in the autumn next year in South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Namibia, Rohit would be 40, Kohli would turn 39, and you have seen Virat Kohli picking up a hamstring injury in the IPL final. I mean, how many times have you seen before Virat Kohli picking up such a muscle injury, something like that? But it is, see, as far as batting is concerned, Virat Kohli is still one of the fittest in this India team. But as far as batting is concerned, he is India's best batsman in the 50 over format by a distance. But Father Time spares none. Father Time spares none. And at this age, you never know what is going to happen 15 days later, how your body will react 15 days later. So BCCI will have to keep that conversation going, and they have their backup ready. At this moment in time, Jasasi Jaiswal is there. Jasasi Jaiswal has always been Rohit's backup over the last 1 year or so. Jasasi Jaiswal. Now Ishan Kishan has come. So they have another opening option. For Virat Kohli, by any chance he picks up an injury, because as regards form, there is absolutely no concern. And there is a collective belief that he will last longer than, he is younger than Rohit, and given his fitness, he will last longer than Rohit. So Virat Kohli, but you never know if there is an injury. God forbid, if there is an injury, they have someone like Tilak Verma, whom the selection committee feels who is ready for that middle order slot. So all said and done, they will have to, but it's a very fluid situation, and you have to. You don't judge Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli on a series to series basis, but given their fitness and everything, you have to keep an eye on their fitness and everything on a series to series basis. So this conversation will be ongoing. And once again, I think after the England tour, the selectors will make another assessment.
Definitely, as Shamik rightly mentioned, that it's not about the age, or it's not about the volume of runs. It's about more so about the fitness. I think fitness is the first criteria. And selectors have their doubts with the aging players. Obviously, you have doubts whether the players will be able to be fit by the time of the World Cup, or before they, God forbids, if they pick an injury, then what will happen? So that's why they are keeping their options ready. They are keeping somebody like a Yashasvi Jaiswal, Ishan Kishan has come back to the squad, has taken, has started scoring runs, and looks like one who can definitely be on that flight to South Africa. But now moving from one opener to another opener who is again hasn't sealed his spot in the one day squad. He scored a century against South Africa, then was dropped in the next series. Now he got one opportunity, and we have been talking about this, that he has to make every opportunity count, just because he
You
is
know,
not.
Vaibhav, I'm
Yeah,
just interrupting you. You know, this talk about Ishan Kishan has all but booked his flight to South Africa. This is also premature. You never know.
yeah.
Because you
Obviously,
go
yes,
back to,
yes.
yeah, you go back to last September. Shubman Gill was brought in into the T20I fold as vice captain. And we all thought about Shubman Gill will be playing World Cup. Ishan Kishan was nowhere in the picture. Certainly, after that Syed Mustaq Ali trophy, and nobody thought that Shubman Gill would go through such a form slump, especially on the heels of his 750 plus runs in, although that was a different format in England, but that slump happened. So Ishan Kishan or any other player, you never know. He can score. He can start scoring in single digits in the next 4 or 5 innings. So this talk of Ishan Kishan, who has all but booked his flight to South Africa, we have to keep in mind in that it's still 15 months away, and that's a very, very long time in sport. So all said and done, as things stand, the way Ishan Kishan sort of cemented his place in the ODI side also. Let's see how it pans out in the future.
Yeah, obviously, with Indian cricket, there's nothing certain. Also, more so with this team management and this group of selectors, because they are performance driven. If you are performing, if you are fit enough, then obviously you will be in team. Reputation will not play any role in your inclusion or exclusion from the team. So I think that is pretty much evident from the way this team has been running since 2024, July 2024. But Bharat, as I said, Yashasvi last match obviously played a square cut, got out,
Just please
and
give me a minute. I'm just coming back in a
yeah,
minute.
yeah, no worries. I think Simran has joined us. So Bharat, I'll come to you in a bit. I'll first go to Simran, who has joined us from the MH Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. First of all, Simran, welcome. And first thing that I want to ask, I think, Simran, am I audible to you? Can you hear me? Simran, am I audible to you? I think Simran is having an issue. So yeah, till the time Simran sorts her issues out, I'll come to you, Bharat, with the question again. A lot of interruptions now. Finally, with regards to Yashasvi Jaiswal, obviously he's a fringe player. He's not one of the first choice players in this team like a Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill. So for a player like Yashasvi Jaiswal, who has a lot of talent but will get limited opportunities just because Rohit is still, in scheme of things, he's still the first choice player for the Indian team. How important for him every opportunity becomes, and more so this particular game, this ODI, if he gets an opportunity today. First question, will he get a game? Do you think he will get a game today? And second, how important is this game? If he doesn't score runs, do you think that he will miss out the flight to England? He will be missing the cut in the ODI squad.
See, going as per the pre-match pressure, it feels as if he might get another look in. That is what basically Ryan and Doskata observed, that they might have another look at someone like SSC Jaiswal. See, ODI cricket shouldn't really be much of a. It shouldn't be really difficult for someone like Jaiswal because he's succeeded in the other two formats, and I genuinely believe that modern day ODI cricket among the three formats, it's the easiest format for a batsman to score some runs. But having said that, there is what I've noticed is one small issue with Jaiswal's batting, that he hits a lot of the fielders. What he does is he hits a lot of the fielders. Then he kind of maybe gets frustrated tries to muscle the ball too much, and then perhaps gets out. So I think that is his only issue as far as batting is concerned in ODI cricket. He just has to find the gaps. Once he finds those gaps, I think he'll be absolutely fine in this format. The other question, yes, see, the depth of India's wide ball cricket is such that if you fail in a couple of games, then you could be on the sidelines. That is how it works in modern day ODI cricket when it comes to India's white ball cricket. You look at even India's top order, someone like obviously Virat Kohli is going to come back into that setup. So when Virat Kohli comes back into the setup, and Ishan Kishan is also scoring so many runs, he's scoring hundreds, and if someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal doesn't fire, then he knows he would be also basically thrown out of the ODI setup. So I think it's an important match for him. Hopefully, he'll get a chance. Looks like he might get a chance, going as per what the assistant coach of the Indian team said, and hopefully he will. I think iron out this one small issue that he has. I think it's a lot to the fielders, in my humble opinion, in this particular format, and this is the format where you have to pace your innings really well, where you have to bisect those caps. Basically, it's not T20 cricket where you just come in and hit about four sixes in an over, right? You have to just look to rotate the strike. You have to maybe get about 20 or 25 balls, and then look to carry on from there. So I think is one only weakness as I notice in ODI cricket is it doesn't rotate the strike as much as he should. Hopefully, he will do that today and get a big one and book his ticket for the future tours.
Definitely important game for Yashasvi Jaiswal if he gets an opportunity. But now I'll quickly go across to Simran, who has rejoined us. Simran, first of all, my first question is how's the Chennai weather? Is the heat factor still there? Because last game, if you see both players from both teams, Afghanistan and India, they were troubled a lot by the heat factor. So is the heat factor there in Chennai as well, which we expect?
So it's pretty hot right now, and I think that's why a lot of people have been like wearing caps and just been around walking a bit. And I spoke to some people as well about why there's like such low attendance. So they said mostly people will be attending after the toss because of the weather.
And how's the crowd build up? Last match, it's as you said, it's very low. But what are the reasons? It's a weekend, Saturday. Obviously, you expect people again. Obviously, it's Afghanistan, but Indian players are playing. Star players like Rohit Sharma, Chubman Gill. They all are playing still low attendance. What people are thinking of this ODI? Is it because it is a dead rubber? The series has already been decided. That's why a low turnout.
So mostly people are just waiting for the toss to happen, and they're more excited for India's batting round. The crowd has initially begun to come in. However, mostly everybody is saying that they're going to wait for the toss.
Shamik, one thing that has been in discussion since last match is what will be India's bowling combination when it comes to the 2027 World Cup. The way Gurnur Brar has bowled in the two games, his first full series as international cricket, 6 wickets in 2 games has been very impressive. Now Harshit Rana joins the squad, and Harshit Rana, because of his batting prowess, he sort of has edge over other bowlers. Now, given this is the third ODI, whom you will rest if you want to bring in a Harshit Rana, or you will stick to the same bowling combination?
Vaibhav, to start with, I have my reservations with Harshit Rana directly going into the India team after coming back from an injury layoff, because the selection committee has a policy that when you are coming from a long injury layoff, you will have to turn up in a domestic fixture before being eligible to play for India. Now I know there is no domestic matches. Harshit Rana is no Jasprit Bumrah. So if you can make an aberration for Jasprit Bumrah or Virat Kohli, I don't mind, or Rohit Sharma for that matter, I don't mind. But Harshit Rana, but then again, that's how they are contradicting their own policy. But once again, see Harshit Rana. One thing that Harshit Rana brings to the table, he is a utility cricketer. He can bowl sharpish. He's not express, but he is fast medium. He can over the last 1 year or so, the Indian team support staff have put in a lot of effort to make him better as a batsman, as a lower order all rounder. Because Hardik Pandya has sort of has a glass body. He can break down any time. And beyond that, you have the options like Nitish Kumar Reddy or even Shivam Dubey. They are not of Hardik's class. They cannot bowl 140. They cannot bowl 140. So Harshit, and he is sort of a decent fielder also. So Harshit Rana, if he shapes up as a decent lower order batsman, and with that thing, that's why they are putting in so much effort in Harshit Rana. If that comes up well, Indian cricket, that will augur well for Indian cricket. Now Harshit Rana has been cleared to play. I expect him to play this game because now it's a day rubber to start with. And Trent Indashkar said yesterday there will be changes. So they want to have a look at him as regards his match fitness. So if Harshit Rana gets into the group, and the way Gurnur Brar has started, it's very encouraging. It's a very encouraging sign for Indian cricket. Gurnur Brad is someone who is express 147, 148 high arm action. He can move the ball off the same. He can hit the deck hard length. So everything combined, just the beginning. He will have to build on that. But if it does that, that is excellent because in that case, what you have, then you have Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj as your two frontline fast bowlers. Then you have Hardik Pandya, assuming that you'd be fit for the World Cup. Your fast bowling all rounder, Harshit Rana, a bowling all rounder. Then Gurnur Brar, another tier away quick, and Arshdeep Singh, number 6, who can bring on this left arm variety. So your pace attack in that case is well rounded. And if all goes well, everything goes to plan, I think this pack of 6 should go to the World Cup.
Shamik, one counter question to you regarding Harshit Rana, since you said that he should be in just because it's a dead rubber. Don't you think there is a sense of thinking that, we selectors want to give this one game to Harshit Rana just because he hasn't played any sort of cricket since picking up an injury, because they have to decide up their squad for the England tour as well. The England
That's why
ODI.
he has been brought in. That's why he has been brought in. But once again, if you go by the letter of the law, you are contradicting your own policy because you yourself have set a policy that if someone is coming from a long injury layoff, you will have to turn up for domestic cricket first. So by going by the letter of the law, you are contradicting your own policy. But as you said, this is precisely the reason why they have brought in Harshit Rana. They want to have a look at him in this game before picking the squad for the England series.
Bharat, tomorrow India plays Sri Lanka in the Tri-Series final. Shouldn't Harshit Rana could have joined that squad in Sri Lanka? India A squad played that game. It's a 50 over game. He could have played that game, and then selectors could have looked at his fitness.
This is question to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
obviously, yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I didn't hear my name. Yeah, yeah. They could have done that. They could have asked Harshit Rana to play for India A, but as you know, they have a lot of confidence in the man. The Indian management has a lot of confidence in Harshit Rana. They perhaps believe that he's the kind of bowler who can straight away come in and put in a performance. Although it would require, most likely for any pace bowler, even if it is of pedigree, even if that pace bowler is of pedigree, then it would require a couple of games for him to get back to match fitness. Whatever you do in net bowling, it doesn't simulate for what you do in the middle. As a fast bowler, you can ask even the greatest of bowling coaches like Stephen Johnson. You would say that net bowling doesn't really simulate for what you do in the middle as a fast bowler. So I would likely it would have been better for him if he had played for India A and then gradually got into the big match. That is how it works. So I expect Ashit Rana to at least play one game here. Maybe it is today's game he would play because, as I noted, the Indian management has a lot of confidence on him. I'm not trying to put in a sarcastic comment out there or an ironic comment when I said that. Because Harshit Rana has some potential. It's not like he doesn't have potential. He also hits the deck hard. He's a tall bowler and someone who has started to work on getting a little bit of sea movement of the pitch. and Harshit Rana also obviously is a useful batter. So he has some potential, but as you noted, it would have been better off. He would have been better off if he had played for India A. Also interesting to see how they juggle with their fast bowling department, because as you would have seen, Gurnur Barar got the chance to bowl up front, especially in that game in Dharamsala. There was some moisture up front. I think that is what helped Arshdeep Singh and Gurnur to get those wickets. After that, the pitch got absolutely flat. So maybe it's time for someone else to take the new ball, just to keep experimenting to see how someone else goes about his business while bowling with the new ball.
Simran, yeah,
Vaibhav, you check the toss update because it is
yeah,
the time for the toss.
I'm constantly
I
checking
have
the
a
update.
I have a question for Simran. Basically, Simran, what is the atmosphere like? It looks like it is very stale in the sense. I mean, there is no atmosphere at all.
Um, so I mean,
Where are
right
you
now
at?
people,
Where are you at the Walaja Road? Are you
yes,
near
I'm at
the
the
Wala?
Balajar Road.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people have been just coming in to purchase jerseys right now. So there are people adding up more stores for that as well. And I think now the crowd has begun to enter the stadium as well now.
Simran, one question, because you are in Chennai, you are at the Chepauk, and Chepauk is the home of Chennai Super Kings. Again, we have Shamik, who's been a big follower, who knows the franchise inside out. So, have you spotted more yellow jerseys or blue jerseys today? What is the mood like there?
So I actually saw a lot of IPL jerseys, and noticeably more than CSK, people are turning up in either RCB or Mumbai Indians jerseys.
So that, you are giving us a shocking update. Are you standing at the Wankhede, or you are standing at Chinnaswamy? Where you are? I don't think you are at M. A. Chidambaram Stadium. Because I have not heard, I don't think I have heard it even in India games. People wearing RCB Mumbai Indian jerseys more than CSK jerseys in Chennai. Again, that's a breaking news. You have just given us some news point from Chepak. Also, Simran, what are the things that you are looking forward to before we get to the toss update? I'm still awaiting the toss update from this game.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
What are the things? What are the things that you are looking forward to from this game? Is it the Nitish Kumar Reddy's comeback, like Ryan Deshkate mentioned, Harshit Rana's one-off game? What are the things that you are looking forward to in this game?
I think I would be looking forward to Shubman Gill and Ishan Kishan's batting. As in the second ODI, Shubman Gill batted around 150 plus, and Ishan Kishan, if I'm not wrong, 120 plus. So I think today
Simran,
would
I'll
be
just
another.
interrupt you. We have a tops update from Chepauk. Afghanistan have won the toss and they have elected to bat first. Yes, you continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you continue. You were talking about Shubman Gill
Yeah.
from
So
last.
I think I'm just looking forward to that. Maybe if they're able to, surpass those scores, then it would be great.
Samik, Ryan Deshkate mentioned Nitish Kumar Reddy as the natural successor to Hardik Pandya. Now you have said a lot about Hardik's fitness, and he's still under injury cloud. He's still uncertain for the England ODI series. When you label a player as a natural successor, you have to give him opportunities. This team has started to give him opportunities. Nitish Kumar Reddy more with the ball, more responsibility with the ball. He has performed well in the that Dharamshala ODI as well. Got 2 wickets. But don't you think is it time now to test him more with the bat as well? Make him bat at 5, 6, a bit higher up the order, just because he has the potential. You know what a Shreyas Iyer can do. You know what KL Rahul can do. But these are the matches where you can try your players, backup players, and that this is an opportunity to give Nitish Kumar Reddy more time with the bat.
But see, Rant and Ashkata can say whatever he likes. He might even say that Nitish Kumar Reddy is as good as Ian Botham. Doesn't matter. He's entitled to his opinion. He's absolutely entitled to his opinion. What we know and what we see, and we the reporters who go to the ground and cover net sessions, he is at least 3 levels to 4 levels below Hardik Pandya in terms of talent, in terms of skill set. Yes, what they will have to make do if Hardik Pandya, given his injury record, if Hardik Pandya, you never know when he'll break down, then they will have to make do, and they don't have anyone else except Nitish Kumar Reddy who matches that profile. It is more about the profile rather than skill set. That is number one. To your point, yes. And this is the game. These are the games when you experiment because you have nothing to play for. You have backed the series. This is a series against Afghanistan. I mean,
I will.
that,
I'll stop you. I'll stop you there, Shamik. We have an update on the playing 11 as well. India have made 3 changes. So Prasidh Krishna, Harsh Dubey, and Nitish Kumar Reddy are back for India. Afghanistan have made 4 changes. I'm yet to receive the team sheet of Afghanistan. As soon as it is there, I'll let you know. Yes, you continue.
so Harshit Rana is not there.
No, Harshit Rana
Harshit,
is not there. It's
so
Prasidh
maybe
Krishna, Harsh Dubey.
no, so maybe they would be watching him in the nets because
Yeah.
with the Indian team support stuff, they would be watching him in the nets. But coming back to that, Nitish Kumar Reddy is there, and you give him game time in the sense proper batting time. Because look, the way this Indian batting lineup is, and it is they are playing against Afghanistan. Afghanistan was never going to pose a challenge against India. There is a gulf in class. So from that point of view, these are the games, a day grabber, nothing to play for. No one is interested. Absolutely no one is interested in this game in the middle of a football World Cup. All said and done, from Indian cricket's point of view, the next big thing is the tour to England, and you give him enough a decent opportunity to bat. And then because if Hardik Pandya doesn't make it to the England tour, then you will have to make do with Nitish Kumar Reddy again. So from that point of view, Vaibhav, what you said, I agree with that. That Nitish Kumar Reddy, this is the game when you have a look at him as far as his batting is concerned.
Bharat, one last question to you before I see. I'm still yet to receive the changes of Afghanistan. They have made wholesale changes to their 2 changes that I can confirm is Mohammad Nabi and Azmatullah Umar Zaid. Both of them who missed the last game, both are back. But how big a game it is for Washington Sundar as well, because there will not be a lot of spinners that will be traveling. Even the utility players that will be traveling to South Africa is what we are assuming given the conditions. Washington Sundar in this team has been playing consistently, but hasn't been able to, complete his quota of 10 overs or bat for longer periods. Where do you think where Washington Sundar stands in this team? Do you see him making the cut for 27?
See, there are 2 points to look at. First of all, let us not assume that every track in South Africa will be pace bowler friendly, because we have seen in SA T20 as well. There has been something in it for the spinners. I'm not saying there will be something in it for the spinners at the high veld or at Cape Town, but at some of the smaller grounds, we have seen some help for the spinners. I'm not saying that India will take 4 spinners out there in South Africa, but I don't think it will be only pace bowler friendly conditions in South Africa. Secondly, about Washington Sundar, I think there are issues with him when it comes to limit overs cricket. Yes, he's improved his power hitting. Yes, he has improved in the sense that he's scoring a few more sixes, boundaries, but I don't think he's still at that level where you can tell he can come in at number 6 or he can come in at number 7 and then score, maybe get 25 or 15 balls, 30 or 15 balls in one day cricket. I think that is the problem with Washington Sundar. But having said that, the management backs him to the hilt. As far as spin bowling is concerned, you would know that off spin bowling in modern day ODI cricket doesn't really add much, because the white ball doesn't really get scuffed up much on some of these flat tracks that you see. The white ball doesn't really get scuffed up, so you don't really get much grip. And honestly, it has become very tough for an off spinner in modern day ODI cricket. So basically, I think it comes down to how much Washington Sundar can contribute with the bat in hand rather than with the ball in hand. If he's able to make those useful contributions, especially those quick fire knocks of 25 or 15, 30 or 15, then he would be in the reckoning. But whatever I've seen of Washington Sundar, with great respect to his batting abilities in limited overs cricket, with also great respect to the improvements that is made in this format, I still don't think he's at that level when it comes to power hitting. So, in my humble opinion, I wouldn't necessarily take him to South Africa, but this is 2026. There are still lots of months away for that World Cup. And the second point is the management is backing him to the hilt. That's a good point from Washington Sundar's point of view, because when the management is backing you so much, then there is a chance that this particular player will shine brightly at some point of time. But in my humble opinion, I don't think he has the abilities as a batsman to power it in limit overs cricket. But if he proves me wrong, I would be very glad.
Curious case of Washington Sundar solved by Bharat Ramraj. Now, finally, we have got the Afghanistan playing 11, and I'll just list up players who are playing this game: Rehmanullah Gurbaz, Ibrahim Zadran, Rahmat Shah, Hashmatullah Shahidi. Darvish Rasuli, who picked up an injury in the last game, is there, so he has recovered. Mohammad Nabi is back. Azmatullah Omarzai is back. Rashid Khan, Allah Ghazanfar, Ziaur Rahman Sharifi, and Farid Ahmad Malik. So these two bowlers are also back. So 4 changes for Afghanistan. We have already told you about the 3 changes that India have made. So yeah, that's all it from this particular show. Simran, make sure that you wear your hat and keep yourself hydrated while you are there in the scorching heat of Chennai. And we'll take your leave. Thanks Shamik, thanks Bharat, thanks to Simran for joining. And we'll be back in the post-match. Thank you.